Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is not the look that I'm doing in this video. However, I wanted to kind of do an intro into this and let you know that when I filmed this video, I thought I had lost it. I went to edit, I thought I lost the footage. It's the look that I had on in my Stylevana advent calendar unboxing, and I had multiple people. It's the most I've had in quite a long time request to see this eye look. I thought I lost it. I was able to recapture it on one of my cards and edit it. So this is not my normal eye look, okay? This is a green eye look. It kind of looks a little retro at the end. It's got a little bit of a wing. It's not something I normally do, but I think that's why y'all wanted to see it. So that is what this look is, and we're gonna start right now. I'm coming on today for a quick video. I am just gonna be doing an eye look, a much requested eye look, after showing the Alter Ego Sakura palette in my playing with new makeup video, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. Not quite sure when this is going up, but I had mentioned that this is definitely a palette I'm glad to add to my collection because I don't have a lot of green shadows, and I had asked if y'all wanted to see a green eye look. And I had many comments saying yes. So that is what I am here to do today. I'm gonna be focusing on the green side of this palette, showing you how I would use it. Now, I would say I'm probably more on the confident side when it comes to wearing color as eyeshadow. I really am not self-conscious about it. I honestly could care less. Like, I wear what I want to wear. I probably couldn't say that like 20 years ago, but one of the many joys of getting older is that you care less. So I am definitely on that side. However, I know some people aren't, and that's totally understandable. They don't really know how to use color. They might look at a palette like this and be like, no, absolutely not. I just don't know what I would do with it. So hopefully this video will help show some of the ways that you could use it. So I am going to start out with this color right here called Pale. Now, if you were someone who, again, is not comfortable with color, you might want to do this step with the color Spring, which is this pinky shade right down here. But I'm going to start out with Pale, and we're going to see how this works. I've not done this look. I kind of looked at this palette last night and was like, I'll try that. That's how I would do it if I weren't doing a video. So that's what we're going to do. I'm using a BK Beauty number 202 brush. Now, I chose this brush because it is not as fluffy as some of my other crease brushes. I wanted it to be more concentrated. So I'm starting out with this, and then if I feel like I need to up the fluff factor, I can, but it's better to start small and then graduate up. So this is very... Y'all, I was about to say this is very pale. That's the name of the color. It is very soft, so it's definitely something that I'm gonna build up in the crease until I can see more of that shade, especially with my eye open. Now, to do this, it is best to keep your eye open and then apply the color. So I'm gonna go a little bit higher on the brow bone. This is especially important if you have a hooded eye shape. I like the fact that these shades are buildable also, because if you are someone who maybe it's not as comfortable using colors, you can leave it at that first layer to where it's not as noticeable, and then build up from there as your comfort level grows. And if it doesn't grow, that's fine. You just leave it where you want it to be. Make it as dark and as opaque as you want it to be, or not. I'm gonna try my best to even this up. I have different brow bones, which tends to make my crease colors lay at different angles. So I'm gonna try to even it up as much as possible. Sometimes I even it up and I think it looks even in a mirror, and then I go to edit and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't look even. But we're going with it. Now, this is a step that not everybody needs to take. I have very discolored eyelids when they are not covered in any form or fashion. So I always use some kind of concealer before I go in with eyeshadow. Sometimes I feel like it needs even more coverage, and this is kind of one of those days where my discoloration is kind of popping through. So I'm gonna go in with a matte cream color on the eyelid, and this particular palette does not have a matte one. So I'm gonna have to reach into something else. If you don't have a lot of discoloration on your lids, if you have a very full coverage concealer, you don't need to do this step. I'm gonna reach into my Doll Squad 2.0 palette because this has my favorite matte bone cream shade out of all of my palettes. And I'm just gonna put this on my eyelid and then we'll get back into the greens. Okay, so see, it just kind of brightened up that eyelid for me. So now I'm gonna go into this color Sky. So it's a little bit of a darker green right next to the one that I put in my crease. And I am going to take the Sigma E06 winged liner brush. Now this is a very important brush for this step. I don't know that I've ever, maybe once in the many years that I've had this YouTube channel, done a winged liner on my channel. I don't typically wear them, but sometimes I feel like it's called for. Now, this is not gonna be an intense wing. It's gonna be more of a kitten wing. And I'm gonna start at the bottom lash line, and basically I'm going to follow that up with this shade. And I think, no, I kind of like that. I think it may work. Follow that up, and then I'm just going to bring it back down. So this is really like a little bit of a kitten wing. And just to amplify that a little bit as I'm doing it, I'm gonna go into Grove, which maybe on camera isn't coming off as a dark green, but it most definitely is. And it's more of like that kind of cream to powder texture that is in a lot of eyeshadow palettes nowadays. And I'm not mad about it because I do like that texture, especially for eyeliner. So see, you're figuring it out with me. I do think that darker color is gonna be best. And then now that I've got that tiny little bit of a shape going, I'm gonna go in with my Refer 29 eyeliner brush that is clean. I just cleaned it off with my Sephora Refresh brush cleaner because I don't want any of the colors to kind of meld together. This has a lot of it had a lot of dark browns on it from eyeliner. And I'm gonna use that to bring that eyeliner in now that I have that shape. I'm gonna take a little bit of that same dark shade down here and connect it with the wing. And then I cleaned off my Refer number 14. And I'm gonna take that Sky shade that I started the wing with, and I'm gonna use this to kind of buff that darker shade out, just a little bit under the eye. And then I'm gonna take Radiant, which is this shimmery green shade right here on a Sephora number 18. And I'm gonna use that in my inner corner. You could definitely use this shimmer shade all over your lid. I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit onto the lid, but I kind of like the gradient from the shimmer to the matte. Put on some mascara and that's it. That is my version of a green eye look. I don't think it's too much. Green is one of my favorite colors right now. But if you wanted to tone down the green some, I would just simply say, put that crease color as this pink and then do the rest the same. And you can still have that pop of color, especially on the lower lash line, which I say all the time. If you want to do a pop of color and you're not comfortable doing it all over the eye, put it on that lower lash line and you are good to go. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Again, I don't have any qualms with the formula on these Alter Ego palettes. In fact, I really enjoy them. And there are definitely many more looks than you can get out of this specific palette than just green. I just wanted to highlight those colors because, again, I don't have very many of them in my collection, but you can make a very pretty, like, neutral pink. And then they've got some kind of olive colors over here that you could use to cut down the greenness of this, and then definitely some more neutrals. So lots of variety in this palette, but hopefully you enjoyed the green version of me using this. I will have everything that I have on my face listed and linked below. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.